Hello and welcome back once again to my channel Biology with Dr. Pankaj Shah. Today's topic is about permanent tissues. You can watch my earlier videos where I have discussed in detail about the other type of tissues. Now in the last video we discussed about the permanent tissues and the simple permanent tissues, PCS, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. The next type of tissue is complex tissues. Now complex tissue, as we discussed in the previous video, simple tissues are those type of tissues where the cells are of same type of cells. When they come together they make simple tissues and they are permanent in nature. So these are permanent tissues, they are permanent in nature, they will not divide any further. But when they are of same type, same structure and feature, they are called as simple tissues. We covered already in the previous video. Whereas complex tissues are those tissues which are an assemblage of different type of tissues. You can see here, if I just write here, this is type 1 cells, this is type 2, type 3, like this. So this type of aggregation of different types of cells is called as complex tissue. Now complex tissue, generally it is of two types, xylem and phloem. Now these are very important tissues for the survival and for the establishment of tall habits for the plants, like when they change into those type of land plants, because land plants are of different in nature. You can see bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. So when the life was evolving in the plant kingdom, I'll make a separate video on that where I'll describe about the evolution of life and all those things. So bryophytes are very simple. First is algae, which is growing in the water and in the damp soil. The bryophytes are the next step, which do not require any type of vascular tissues because they are of very little, in their morphological characteristics, they are very simple and they are smaller in size, so they do not require much transport. But big plants like pteridophytes, then gymnosperms and then the trees or angiosperms, they require much translocation of water and the food which is prepared by the green plants. So permanent tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. I'll do one thing, I'll just erase this and I will write here because I'll be needing some space. So I'll just write here again. So it is the plant tissues. This will be permanent tissues, but permanent complex tissues. So plant tissues. Now we are in permanent tissues, and in the permanent we are in complex tissues. Permanent complex tissues. So complex tissues, as I was saying, there are two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem is basically responsible for the uptake of water and nutrients, dissolved minerals in the form of dissolved minerals which are taken from the roots. So xylem is responsible for the water conduction. It's called the water conduction tissue. So xylem is a water conducting tissue, water and mineral dissolved form conduction. Now xylem is also known as the tracheary elements. It is made up of tracheary elements. So it is made up of tracheary elements. Now when we say tracheary elements, we are talking about things like trachea. And we know that trachea is a type of pipe. When we say trachea in science, it means a type of pipe. Like our windpipe is also known as trachea. So trachea is a type of pipe. So it is made up of tracheary elements. So I'll just write here the composition of xylem tissue because it's a complex tissue. So it is made up of different types of cells. So number one will be tracheids. Now tracheids is a simple type of tissue, simple form of conducting elements. Number two is vessels. Vessels is an evolved form. It is much broader cavity it has, tracheids, vessels, it has parenchyma which are called as xylem parenchyma when they are in connection with xylem. So, it has xylem parenchyma. It has also some other type of cells called as ray cells. Ray cells basically help in the horizontal movement of the water and liquid food. Tracheids and vessels, they are responsible for the one-way movement of water. Now, I'll be drawing here xylem and then phloem I'll just redraw again. So, xylem is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, ray cells. So, let us draw that. Main feature of the xylem tissue is vessels in angiosperms. So, if we talk about angiosperms, now what is a vessel? Vessel is a type of tube like structure. Now you can see here, this is one element, this is called as vessel element. So, it is like this. Now, basically what it does, it basically uptakes the water from the root and it takes the water up towards the entire length of the plant. So, this is by xylem. So, this is by xylem like this. These are the vessels. Now, if you see the vessels, they are dead on maturity. They are dead on maturity. Their cell walls, they have secondary cell walls and they are made up of lignin. So, primary cell wall is obviously there in any cell, but they have chiefly they have secondary cell wall, and this secondary cell wall is very tough. It is made up of lignin. So, apart from that, what they have is tracheids. Now, vessels I have made with this color, blue color, like this. Tracheids I will be making with the different color, just to differentiate. Okay, so I will use this black marker for tracheids. Now, what is a tracheid? Tracheids are, you can see here, these are group of cells. They are tapering and they are overlapping with each other. Now, what do I mean? Tracheids are like these cells, like this. They are tapering at the end. Tapering end. If you see the xylem has hollow ends and is like connected end to end. Whereas tracheids, they are having pointed or tapering ends and they are overlapping like this. They are overlapping with each other like this. Now, if they are tapering, if they are closed, their ends are closed, then how do they help in the transport of water? Basically, what they have some pits, pair of pits across their entire length, which helps them to transport the water. So, they have some openings like this. We will discuss about the pit, which is called as a pit. What is a pit and what is a pair of pits? Generally, pits are those places where secondary wall deposition is not present. We will discuss a separate, I will have a separate video on that where I will discuss about the pits and their function. Generally, they are present in the pair, so it is called as pair of pits. Pair of pits, and these are the places where the water can move, because primary cell wall is permeable to water, but the secondary cell wall is not permeable to water. So, the water can move from this because these are the pair of pits where no secondary wall is formed, where no lignin is deposited. So, this is xylem and the water moves up against the gravity. It's a big structure of pipes. There are different theories. One important theory is transpiration pull theory. We'll discuss about that also in physiology. Transpiration pull theory that helps in the water movement. Transpiration pull theory. Okay, so after that, the next thing which we are going to discuss about that in the xylem, as you know that we have just discussed that tracheids. The tracheids are basically primitive in nature, and the vessels are advanced. In the evolutionary pattern, tracheids came first, and later on they gave rise to vessels, which is a much broad element. So tracheids are primitive and vessels are advanced. Now, if you see the plant kingdom, there are different types of groups of plants. So we have, I'll just write here the different types. We have algae, which are green, very simple plants which are growing in water. They don't have roots and all those things. Then the next is bryophytes. We discussed this also, but I'll just writing here bryophytes. Then pteridophytes. Bryophytes, they do not have any vascular system. I'll make a separate video on the evolution of plant kingdom, where again I will discuss the characteristic features and the evolutionary trend among all the plant types. But I'm just giving one simple idea here that algae, no vascular tissue. This is about vascular tissues. Vascular tissues, algae do not have, bryophytes do not have. It is present from pteridophytes. Pteridophytes, vascular tissues are present. Vascular tissues means xylem and phloem. After pteridophytes, the next is gymnosperms. Gymnosperms also have vascular tissues, and the last evolved group is angiosperms. So vascular tissues are starting from pteridophytes. Pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms, all three, they have vascular systems, that means xylem and phloem. But as we just discussed that in the xylem, tracheids is primitive, so, and vessels is advanced. In angiosperms, vessels are only present in angiosperms, and in gymnosperms and pteridophyte. In gymnosperms and pteridophytes, only the presence of tracheids is there. So tracheids are present, chiefly the main conducting elements. Tracheids are in gymnosperms and in pteridophytes, whereas vessels are chiefly present in the angiosperms. However, angiosperms, they do have tracheids also in combination with vessels. As we discussed here, they have tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, ray cells, and they have one more element here, xylem fibers. So I'll write here one more element. Xylem fibers are also present here. So these are also part of the xylem tissues. So angiosperms have vessels mainly, but angiosperms, vessels plus some tracheids are also there. But as you know that in evolution there are progressive changes, as we discussed, and there are things which are missing in some places, or they are advanced than the other groups. So I'll just remove this here, and because I would like to write something here. Okay, so normally vessels are present only in angiosperms, but in gymnosperms, which is a primitive group than angiosperms, some of the groups, some of the plants, they have vessels. Gymnosperms, I'll have a separate video on classification of the plants, where I'll talk about a series of lectures on algae, separate bryophytes, separate videos for bryophytes and pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. I'll have a separate video on all those topics. Gymnosperms, they have different divisions. Coniphyrophyta, Cycadophyta, Ginkgophyta and Gnetophyta. Now in this, the Gnetophyta, this group, Gnetophyta, this group is much advanced. This last group, Gymnosperms has 4 divisions: Coniferophyta, Cycadophyta, Ginkgophyta and Gnetophyta. The Gnetophyta last group is much advanced, and in this group there are some examples. There are examples in the Gnetophytes, they have vessels present. So in Gymnosperms also there are exceptions where in the Gnetophyta vessels are present. So as we said, generally Gymnosperms and Pteridophytes will not have vessels, but I'm just writing some names here. 3 genera I am writing here: Ephedra. So this is an information for you, many times it is asked. Ephedra, Welwitschia, these are the genus, Ephedra, Welwitschia and Gnetum. These 3 are part of the Gnetophytes. They have vessels in the xylem. That means these are a type of connecting link between Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. So which group or which division is a connecting link between the Gymnosperm and Angiosperms? The answer will be Gnetophytes. So this is one thing in the Gymnosperms. Similarly, in Angiosperms also there are 3 families which do not have vessels. Normally, as we said, the Gymnosperms, the Angiosperms have vessels. Always the Angiosperms have vessels plus tracheids. Tracheids is a primitive part, tracheids will be there, but mainly all Angiosperms as a rule they have vessels. But as I said, so I'll write about Angiosperms. I'll just remove this part and I will write here. So the 5th element is xylem fiber. I'll just write here xylem fiber. Okay. Now let us come to Angiosperms. So Angiosperms, 3 plant families where they do not have vessels. Angiosperms that do not have vessels. This is interesting information and it is important also. They do not have vessels. So I am going to give you 3 plant families of Angiosperms. Trochodendraceae. In plants, when we talk about families, the suffix is CEAE, this one. When any name is finishing with the suffix CEAE, that means we are talking about a plant family like Solanaceae, Rosaceae, Poaceae, like that. So always it will be CEAE. So 3 plant families: Trochodendraceae, the genus is Trochodendron. Number 2 is Tetracentraceae, and number 3rd is Winteraceae. These are 3 plant families of Angiosperms that do not have vessels in their xylem elements. They have only tracheids. Now Winteraceae has some examples. I'll give you the examples of plant species also. For Winteraceae, I'm just writing for Winteraceae. Okay, Drymus, this one, Drymus wintera, and Tasmania lanceolata. This is the second species, lanceolata. Drymus winteri. Yeah. So these are the 2 genus of the Angiosperms of Winteraceae family and 3 plant families. So this is how we basically finish the vessels or the xylem elements in the angiosperms. Simple tissues we already finished. This is the complex tissue, permanent complex tissue, as I said in the beginning. Two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem is mainly responsible for the uptake of water and dissolved mineral from the soil through the roots, and it translocate it in the one direction up to the top of the plant, the shoot system. It works through transmission pull theory. I'll have a separate video in the plant physiology where I will discuss other things in detail about the physiological part. So this is how we finish the xylem. I hope it is clear. Thank you very much. In the next video, we'll talk about the second permanent tissue, which is phloem. Take care, be healthy, be safe.